Tom Brady and the Hall of Fame, we set the table. I knew it was going to be incredible. They knocked it out the park. First class, beautifully done. Canton, take notes. Yeah, I said it. Darius Butler is on the show. He knows Brady, of course. He also has he golfed with Brady? I'm sure he's golfed with literally everyone in the entire world except for me. We take shots of tequila and do push-ups together. That's our thing. Darius Butler will be here to break down some NFL storylines. Where's Aaron Rodgers? I don't really care. But we do have somebody who... Is he going to want to talk about Brady? I don't know. Malik Jackson had some fun against Brady and Cam Newton, but Brady especially, robbing him of some trips to the Super Bowl in the way, some controversy. He was a legend for the Broncos and Jack, but also just a legend trash talker that I just need back, and he's on my show today. Malik Jackson, let's do it. All right, everybody's crazy for Brady, and they should be. Mr. Tom Brady gets inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame last night. We have seen many a Hall of Fame induction, a retirement of jerseys in respective stadiums across the NFL history and across the NFL landscape. And I said yesterday, my favorite thing that I said in my little rant about this was, this is the most important one. It's the most important Hall of Fame induction and retirement of a jersey number or anything to ever happen, and likely to, I'm thinking Mahomes, maybe. They're all taking notes on what this was. This knocked it out the park. Incredible job by everybody involved. I think it was an all-hands-on effort. I mean, the Celts are winning the game up against the Mavs. Nobody's talking about it. This was for Boston. It was for New England. It was a first-class operation through and through. And Hamilton and I were texting during it. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, it was a spectacle. It really was, and it raised the bar for. I know Brady's a special case because he's Tom Brady, but it really raised the bar for all of these things going forward. I feel like it was. I mean,
I don't know, but I don't think it should. This is the one that should stand alone. That's why I'm saying, like, this was this important thing. Them having Jay-Z. I told you guys yesterday. I was trying to find out. The second I couldn't find out the musical act, I was like, oh man, it's got to be something insane. They didn't want Tom to know. No leaks, no anything. Tom did not know Jay-Z was going to PSA it out there. The song that he, of course, ran out to game after game, Super Bowl after Super Bowl for all those years. It was sold freaking out. 60,000 fans that were there, by the way, Route 1ing it, which I love that Tom Brady said that, because it is, hallelujah, like one of the most painful NFL experiences as a fan is Route 1. Like it is, Route 1, Route 1, whatever you want to say. That's why they built up Patriot Place. You can go bowling while you're, instead of having to go home right away and go to the movie theater or whatever. 60,000 fans, 200 teammates. Everyone shows up for him. How could you hate him? Everyone shows up for him. That, misty-eyed video messages from players around the league. Eli Manning, he was booed mercilessly. Not as much as Mahomes, I hear. Mahomes was booed the most.
It was a mix. It was hard. There were a lot of boos, and there was excitement too over Mahomes sending in that message. It was an interesting reaction that he got.
My favorite part, honestly, was the focus that was beyond what happened on the field. It was about, Drew Bledsoe, friend of the show, hat tip, put it best last night when he said the fans would show up even if you were a jerk because you won a lot of championships, but all these teammates are here because of who you are as a person. Beautifully said. We talk about that a lot. Every single teammate that spoke, Gronk, Randy, crying Randy would deserve, oh my God, can we just stop right there? Do we have the Randy at all?
We don't.
What? Oh, I wish we had that. What a moment that was.
That was. It was over a minute-long ovation, the tears in his eyes. That was special. And that was the thing, too.
He deserved that, I feel like.
Yeah, it became a celebration for him, for Belichick coming back, the ovation that he got. It wasn't just a celebration of Brady either. It was almost a celebration of that entire era of Patriots football.
Did it lose or help that the roast happened?
I think it helped in a way.
Do you?
I do. Because this was so different, though, too. It was such a...
Imagine we're producing this thing.
Yeah.
Now we're going on a tangent. But guess what? It's my show, and it's the last day, and it's the last day of summer, and that's what I'm doing. You got to think the Patriots brass planning this, and it's all hands on deck, insane production, Kraft pulling out all the stops. You got to think that they are announcing this roast, the billboards, the hoopla, the global, watch fest that was, that they would be like, I don't like this, because it's going to steal the thunder from this, and I don't know. Did it help or did it hurt? I'm sure it was something that was considered.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, it didn't feel like it. It was 3 hours of ceremony, and to me, it you know, because it was so different.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You want more Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. And
So,
he
like,
did take
if
some more
Bledsoe
shots. The
wasn't-
roasting wasn't over.
But if he wasn't at the roast, if you saw Bledsoe in this, you'd be like, cool, Bledsoe.
Yeah.
But now Bledsoe's a bona fide star.
Yeah. So I think it helped from that
yeah.
standpoint because, yeah, it made you excited to see Bledsoe again in that way.
Randy got the standing O. He got the minute, like he's got the whole Cannes Film Festival treatment, like an 8-minute standing ovation for his brilliance just as a player, and probably, you know, just a little pity clapping for the roast because the roast didn't turn out the best for. I liked his roast. Did you?
Yeah.
People said he didn't do great. I thought he was just in the bad spot in the lineup. I love Randy Moss. Anyway, Vince Wilfork, Ty Law, everybody's there. They're all talking about how he was as a human and how he brought the best out of every single person as a human, as a player, as a man. That's his legacy. I like the the field stuff. I liked the stuff with his family. You know, the thing narrated by his kids. I'm freaking Randy Moss in it. I'm crying out there. I wish I was there. Incredible legacy. And if you missed it, one of my favorite moments we do have is Robert Kraft sort of announcing what is to be.
There is only one iconic number that will always represent Tom Brady. And tonight, I promise that it will never be worn again. As the number 12 is now officially retired.
He's just such a beautiful man. Look at what in the AI? What in the Sam Altman? What does this man look like? He's so beautiful. In a beautiful moment, like it's just all the feels. Kraft also revealed. It's just a lot. I get it. I was thinking, why is it so big? 12-foot bronze statue, 12. Get it? Now I get it. I didn't get it before. I was like, why? 12 feet sounds like a pretty aggressive. But why not? It should be a 1,200 feet, I think. There will be a bronze statue of Tom Brady outside of Gillette, making him the first Patriot to have his own statue there, which is very cool. I'm going to say, like, coolest event a team's ever put on.
Yeah.
Name a cooler event a team's ever put on than this. Granted, not everybody has a Tom Brady to celebrate this way, but it didn't have to be this huge, this big, this pomp, this circumstance. I bet you Jay-Z didn't even get paid. I bet you Kraft was like, Jay, want to do this? And he said, I'll do it. No, that would be, well, I'm just assuming there, but I would assume that that's, everybody loves this man, and except for our guest Malik Jackson. Maybe he'll have something nice to say about him.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then now do we stop talking about Brady? Now is it like, is he going to start getting ripped to shreds week 1? That Browns Cowboys game?
Yeah.
Is he gonna get ripped to shreds for him in the booth, or is everyone gonna love him?
We'll see how he does. You know, I don't think he's gonna get a pass just because he's Tom Brady. You know how people are. No.
But he's gonna get it worse because he's Tom Brady.
Probably, yeah.
And the whole concept of him even. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Okay, let's stop talking about that and talk about the Bears. So from the GOAT, Tom Brady, let's transition over to the #1 overall pick, who I'm sure is seeing clips of that ceremony and saying, I want that to be me at the end of my career. Caleb Williams spoke to the media yesterday. Caleb Williams, the #1 overall pick and the #1 most intriguing person in the NFL going into 2024. He was asked about expectations, the heap of expectations not only on him, but even on the whole team there in Chicago.
I've been in situations where we go 7-5, whether it's college. I've been in situations where we go to championship, lose. I've been in situations where I won a championship. I've been in situations where we go to championship and lose. And, you know, the biggest thing every time you hear and listen, I was just watching Matthew Stafford's Super Bowl, and, you know, the sound pieces from that is, you know, they go around and they all say, I love you, brother. I love you, this and that. Everything's about the bond and trust that you build between each other, because then you go out there and you play with a different level of, you know, kind of your mentality is different. Everything's different when you're out there playing for each other, and because you can't build something, you know, pretty special at the end of the year without that bond, love, and trust for, you know, your brothers.
How could you not love this kid's mentality, okay? He's not even a kid. He's just like talking like a vet out there. The fact that he's studying other quarterbacks who have won, not just for the way that they play on the field, but the way that they carry themselves, the way they Brady it, the way that they're like, you know, elevate people around them. That's like we're in June. That's where I want to be, okay? That's next level. And I'm glad that he is showing and telling everyone that he understands that winning in this league is more than about talent. We know he has that. The bar's already high AF for him. Fans are expecting this thing to click right away. FanDuel giving him minus odds to get into the playoffs. So I think anything less is going to be a disappointment. The path to getting there, not easy, not just because the NFC North is loaded and competitive and you've got the Jared Goffs and the Camels to contend to, but because it's rare to see first-round running backs get into the playoffs year one. How rare, you ask? Let's take a look. Quarterbacks, not running backs. Take a look. Since 2000, only 9 of the 69, Gronk, shout out, first-round quarterbacks, only 9 of the first 69 first-round quarterbacks have gone to the playoffs in year one. Woof? Anyone? 4 of those actually won said playoff appearance game. And you look at these guys, whether it's Stroud last year or Big Ben 20 years ago, who I believe Malik Jackson sacked regularly, they all kind of developed chemistry with their teammates that Caleb is talking about right here. And it didn't happen it happened out the gates, okay? It clicked. There's a clicking that has to happen. And as tough as that is, if there's a quarterback and a team that's built to join that list, isn't it Chicago? Isn't it this team? Isn't it what he walked into? Most first-round quarterbacks, they don't get Keenan? Whoa, Keenan's here all of a sudden. Whoa, we went and got Rome? Like, what? They don't have the rosters to do this. The Bears have a chance here, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. So high expectations. I don't think he would have it any other way. I just want to be his best friend. Caleb, I like every time he talks, I'm in, I'm watching, I'm 100% in, and I love that. And speaking of the NFC North, oh God, here comes this animation. It's Hammer time. I used to sing MC Hammer, but then we almost got sued. So this is now Hammer time, and hopefully Chris Hemsworth and the Marvel Universe, who seems to have some money, might sue us also, but that's okay, Hammer time. Kevin O'Connell announced yesterday that Sam Darnold is the QB1 heading into training camp. I love it. Whoever the quarterback is, okay, when week 1 starts and it all kicks off, Aaron Jones has to set him up for success. You wanted to do a Hammer time on this. Why, before you get started?
Just because I think Aaron Jones, I think it's the perfect situation. I think he isn't really getting talked about enough, and when you look at the construction of the offense with Jefferson and Addison, they're not going to see a lot of teams loading up to stop the run against them. They didn't last year, but they were one of the least efficient teams running against lighter boxes, and that's where Aaron Jones thrives. Check this out. Since 2019, only Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor have averaged more yards per rush against 6- and 7-man boxes than Aaron Jones. He absolutely goes off when he has some space to work with because of his combination of vision, speed, and power. So let's go to some of the tape, and I'll show you why this is such a perfect situation for him. First, we're going to see him against the Bears, that #1 run defense from last year. There he is in the backfield. And you'll see here this Bears front. It's a 7-man front, 7 in the box when you go across the board there. They're going to run a little toss here, a little wind back block from the tight end. And you're going to see everything on display, the vision, the patience, his ability to read things and make cuts. And watch this, as he gets around the corner, it's important to see, he's tight, right off his blocker's butt, keeping him away from that free man. He's able to squeeze through that hole, and then look at the power he finishes with. Ooh. He's always getting an extra 2-3 yards after contact at the end of these runs. And again, here against the Cowboys in the playoffs, 7-man box. They're just going to run a little stretch play here. And again, I just want you to, it's the details with him. He's right up against that offensive lineman's ass. If he goes to the middle of that hole, that thing's going to close on him and he's going to get stopped. But see, he finds the perfect angle to squeeze through there. And then when he's in the open field, the explosion, outruns Stephon Gilmore to the edge. And he's not going out of bounds. He's finishing that run against Gilmore. He's so tough, doesn't get enough credit for that either.
Him against the Cowboys is always a thing. How about this?
And then it's what he brings in the passing game as well. Man coverage across the board. He's one-on-one with a linebacker. He's going to run a little Texas route here, sell to the flat, break back inside. The eye contact that he makes with the defender, the route running details that he has too. He's going to break him off, make this catch in the open field, and take it to the house. He's 4th among running backs in receiving over the last 5 years as well. That is such, as you know, with young quarterbacks, if it's J.J. McCarthy, if it's Sam Darnold, that ability in the passing game to have that security blanket as a receiver from the running back position is so huge too. So I love what he brings to this team, and whoever wins that job is going to be set up so well.
all it makes me think, and I mean, we talked to him that week before he went to take on the Cowboys, right? That was right before that, and he went off in that game as he was going off every week down the stretch. I just think about Green Bay as a Super Bowl contender, and I think, what does Green Bay miss without him? And I know that I asked Keyshawn Nixon about it, and I think he thought I was talking about Aaron Rodgers, so it's kind of flubbed a little bit. Like, can Josh Jacobs do that is my question. The hole that Aaron Jones is leaving behind, can it be filled with Josh Jacobs? Rushing leader, I know, great, incredible, I don't know.
He's a different type of player.
I know.
Like in the run game, I think he can do some of the things that Aaron Jones did. Like, as you said, he led the NFL in rushing. We've seen him do that before. But that last play I showed, he's not breaking people off in the passing game like that. And that was a big part of how they supported Love last year as well.
Will there be a more missed piece that shuffled around this season than Aaron Jones?
It's a great question. Maybe Saquon? We'll see, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least replacing him with Josh Jacobs, you have a guy there that is, a bona fide star, and he'll do well. But you're right; it's also the personality he brings too.
Soul. He's the soul. Was the soul of the whole thing. But then, didn't work out there. Business decisions made, and now he is on the Vikings, who know a thing or two about legendary running backs, and hope that he can take over and help Sam Darnold or JJ whenever he's ready, which hopefully isn't in a very long time. Now, we've seen great job, Hammy, plenty of sons of NFL legends taking the field over the years, but this rookie class might be the most stacked group of NFL dads we've ever seen. Are we taking a break before we do this? Oh, let's do it. Well, how would I supposed to know? Maybe give me some traffic. I don't know. Okay, we are having Darius Butler on the show after this. He's a dad. He likes tequila. He likes the Panthers. He likes the Stanley Cup. There we go. And golf. I think even just writing break in there would have been helpful, but telling me for sure. Okay. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, cool. Can we do that in a different break? Derek wants to do it here? I heard Derek, so I can do whatever. Could the prompter on this thing be on? Thanks, guys. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do with this? Okay. Okay, we were talking yesterday about Father's Day, which is this weekend, and shout out to my dad, happy Father's Day, Chester, love you. But it's an interesting year with these NFL legends and their rookie class connections. A lot of dads, a lot of fathering going on. So we thought we could run through some of the sons that will be taking the field, kind of just to give love, not to them, but to their founding fathers, because they deserve it and they didn't get it all draft season. Let's start with wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., 4th overall. His dad, of course, Marvin Harrison, Chargers tackle Joe Alt. Also, we have him. Son of 2-time Pro Bowler John Alt. Love that he's there protecting Justin Herbert. So happy Father's Day. Look how proud. Look how proud. This is wide receiver Luke McCaffrey, son of 3-time Super Bowl champ Ed McCaffrey there. So also, of course, dad of Christian McCaffrey, year of the McCaffrey. As I say, I think he's getting married this weekend. Congratulations to Christian and his dad. What a proud moment for them. Madden cover boy. Tariq Cohen signing with his dad. Hall of Famer T.O.'s former team, which we love to see. And future Hall of Famer Frank Gore's son, Frank Gore Jr., is with the Bills. Look
at that picture.
Wait, that is amazing. Love that. Happy Father's Day to Frank. And how about Mr. Jerry Rice, his son Brendan Rice, friend of the show, son of the GOAT wide receiver. And he's still trying to keep up with his dad, Jerry. Anything you were like, Dad, let me get this right.
Oh my goodness, I would have to definitely say, the way he takes pictures on Instagram.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm gonna look. His Instagram?
His Instagram, the way he takes pictures, or the way he types in goat emoji, goat emoji, goat emoji. I'm like, Pops, we know you need to go, but you don't have to do that every single time.
You think he's doing too much?
It's kind of embarrassing.
All the dads. all over the place. It is Father's Day. Best Father's Day gift you've ever gotten. Tweet me, put it in the YouTube chat. Best Father's Day gift for you dads out there. What's the best one you've ever given? I'm like I just get my dad clothes all the time.
My dad loves a nice bottle of gin.
Oh,
that's
a bottle of gin. I love that. We've got other news to celebrate here on the show. FanDuel is an incredible partner. I talk about it all of the time, and I don't like to play favorites. One of my favorite people is celebrating something special. Lindsay, we love you. She's the director of league and team partnerships, and she always helps us if we need anything. We want to go to the Eagles or the Bills. She's just an incredible, incredible friend and coworker. And her husband, Marcos, welcomed Millie to the world. Oh, my gosh, little baby Millie. So happy Father's Day, Dad. And congrats, Mom, Lindsay, who I love, and I haven't seen her in a long time, and now I know why. But this is her and I. This is after Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. Okay? And I'm just like, this is at the game. At the game, Monday night at MetLife, and I was like, huh? And she's obviously a Bills supporter. So there she is. Lindsay, I love you. I hope you're resting. And congratulations. And shout out to her and to AJ and Mary and everybody on her team for telling me, because you didn't tell me, Lindsay, that this is happening. So congrats, and I'm gonna fly to New York and meet that baby. And you forgot to tell me that I'm the godmom and the aunt, so I'm just assuming those roles respectively. Okay, we're gonna have our friend Darius Butler on the program. He knows a thing or two about dadding. He's a 9-year NFL vet. He can talk anything you want. What's the best Father's Day gift you've ever been given?
Oh, put me on the spot. Look, at the last couple of years, anything involving golf. So golf clubs, golf balls, TrackMan, anything involving golf will fall into that category. The best Father's Day gift I think I've given from my dad, we had me and all the boys took him on a nice chartered fishing trip. It's something he used to do when he was younger, obviously working a bunch. Hasn't had a bunch of time to do it as of late. So that was one year. A few years ago, we all went on a kind of deep sea fishing trip, and that was awesome. That's a core memory for all of us now. So, hey, Father's Day, go and get your dads the best gifts ever.
Yeah.
I know we never live up to Mother's Day, but I mean, at least try. No sweaters, no socks, no underwear. Put a little effort in there.
There really is a real lack of effort. I feel like I've heard this a lot from dads. Like Mother's Day is like all the things, and then Father's Day gets a little forgotten. So I like this. Like get off your butts, everybody, and like do something cool for the dads for one day a year. Just give whatever they need to do. That's very interesting. I feel like those like deep sea fishing trips, there's always one person that gets sick. Is that accurate? Like that's the boy math. One person's always throwing up.
No motion sickness, none of that for our family, I guess, at least in our immediate family. So I guess we got lucky in that regard. Everybody stay healthy. But I know you're like the spokesperson for Dick's. Do we got any deals for Father's Day out there? That's
there
one of my
is
favorite
so
stores.
much going on at Dick's Sporting Goods. You can shop online. You can do pickup, curbside pickup. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a matching price, we'll beat it. That's the thing. Dick's Sporting Goods is the best. It's like I could get lost in there. I love it. So lots of golf stuff in there. So let's get into the golf since you mentioned it. And that's what we should start with and ask you about. The 124th U.S. Open teed off this morning at Pinehurst in North Carolina. You were at a live event we saw last week helping Bryson, get ready. What is your life, Darius? You're helping him get ready for the major. He seems real interesting, known as a mad scientist. What was the DeChambeau experience like?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I was helping Bryson do anything, but Bryson definitely helped me a ton, gave me a bunch of tips on my driving game. If you know anything about golf, Bryson can drive the ball an absolute mile. The best probably in the game right now as far as driving the ball. Probably him and Rory will be in that conversation. But it was awesome. It was awesome being down there in Houston with Liv. Once again, I played in 3 Pro-Ams now. Probably playing another one next week in Nashville. It's always cool who I get paired up with in these. Obviously, the pro, Bryson DeChambeau. Thomas Peters was the other pro I played with, but obviously I played with Phil in the past, Harold Varner, and Nick Caserio was also a part. He was the other amateur in our group. And surprisingly, Nick Caserio could hit the ball a freaking mile. We played shambles, so we played the best drive out of our 2, and we were playing from his ball a lot. Out there last Thursday in Houston. It was a great time, a great event. And obviously U.S. Open is this weekend, kicked off this morning. So good luck to all my live guys. But I'm rooting for the PGA guys as well. Just great golf. I like to see all the best golfers playing at the same time. So that's when we get in all the majors.
They got to figure it out so it's a little cleaner, so somebody like I can understand what's going on.
Got to figure it out.
Yeah. Who had a better round, you or Nick?
Oh, Nick was better off the tee, for sure. I would say in the back nine, my iron game, my putting game picked up. I was getting more lessons. I was listening to Bryson and him break down the science of the game. I thought Phil Mickelson, obviously he's kind of one of those, really mental type players, but Bryson, especially for how young he is, only 30 years old. Like I would ask him, about putting and the system that he uses, and just he has 3D printed irons that has it would be too deep of a rabbit hole to get into. But any question I ask, and these pros are awesome. Any question you ask, you can tell they think about the golf community. Like you can tell they want you to get better. They're kind of invested. So any question I would ask, I would almost have to cut him off from his 5-minute diatribe that he would go on about the answer. But it's awesome. It's an awesome game.
Are you joining the tour?
What's that?
Are you joining the tour?
Kay, I don't like to count anything out. I never say never. I'm only 38 now. I see a lot of seasoned veterans, I would say, still playing the game. So I got a lot of time ahead of me. I do have a goal in mind. I want to break 80 by next summer. So that's a lofty goal. And if I do that, then my next goal would be, hey, let me try to make a cut somewhere. Let me get on tour and play somewhere. So, hey, my goal, now it's out there now. So now the pressure's on.
Who's winning the U.S. Open?
I mean, Scotty Scheffler is so damn dominant. He's so good. It's like Max Verstappen when you're watching F1 winning every damn week. So I would say outside of Scotty, who is probably plus 280 or 300 right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook, I go one of my live guys. I'm going to go with Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
Last week in Houston, he hit 80-something. I want to say 84, 85% of his fairways. He's been playing well this morning. So I'll go with Brooksy. From Team Smash out there and live right now.
I'm looking at the odds here. So he's at plus 2. Are these the updated ones? Because it keeps changing over at FanDuel Sportsbook. Plus 280 for Scotty Scheffler, who's winning each and every week. Plus 1,400 for your boy Brooks. What's ridiculous?
Yeah, plus 280 in a major is insane. That's ridiculous. But that's how dominant Scotty has been, even with everything that he's had. New dad as well. Obviously, he had a dust up out there in Louisville a few weeks ago. But Scotty's been dialed in. He's been dialed in all season long. He's on a dominant run. Obviously, Tiger's back in the field as well. So it's always interesting when the big cat is playing again. So it's been a great weekend of golf.
Is it giving Max Verstappen snoozy?
Oh.
Scheffler.
Oh, you know what? I like dominance. I'm a fan of dominance, personally. We got the Chiefs right now in the best league in the world, in my opinion, NFL. The Chiefs are on an unprecedented run right now, probably to be the favorites to do a three-peat, which has never been done before. So we're in the middle of a dominant run. When you look at the season, it's like, okay, who can win the Super Bowl? Who can do this? And then it's like, it's always, the Chiefs. Kelsey's still 30. He's 34 years old, however old he is. He's still saying, hey, put the whole load on me. I'm not tired. I'm not this. You got Spags still there calling the defense. You still got Andy Reid. You still got Patrick Mahomes. So they're dominating. Obviously, Max Verstappen and Red Bull's dominating. And Scotty's kind of doing the same thing in golf right now. But in golf, it wouldn't be a snooze fest just because of how difficult these courses are. Even if he does win, it's different ways. It's different shots. It's different putts that you got to make. So for me, the interest is still at an all-time high. Once again, you only get all these guys playing together like once a month. So however you got to win this thing, it's still impressive to me. And, I miss Tiger's run too. So I would like to see another dominant run while I'm actually paying attention and watching the game.
Yeah. To wrap up the golf talk, and well said by you, and I just didn't know if it was a little sleepy that he doesn't seem, the Tiger experience of dominance is a little different, I think, than what's going on with Scotty Scheffler, who's just showing up to work, eating his lunch, lunch pail, goes home, and it's what it is. But there is something to be said for dominance. To wrap up the golf talk, you are dominating. I think you're joining the tour. Darius Butler to listen. I called it. I said that we need to get the Stanley Cup to the studio. What happened? The Stanley Cup came to the studio. So now I'm calling you on Live Tour. You know, our friend, he'll be down in Cancun at, what do you call it? Where do they play down there? I've seen them play down there. Down in Riviera Maya. Mayakoba.
Oh, okay.
Live Mayakoba, Darius Butler. I'm seeing all the things. You're golfing with everybody. Take a look at this. And you're too humble about it because you don't really name drop about it. We tried making a list. These are your top 5 golf buddies? What am I looking at?
Oh, yeah. These are our top 5 golf buddies as far as the guys that I've played with. Drake Mays, obviously on the list, Will Levis, all these young guys. But these are the top guys right now that I play with. Obviously, Ed Reed, one of my favorite football players growing up of all time, best safety ever, one of the best defensive players in the NFL. Jordan Poyer, new Dolphin. Obviously, I'm a big Dolphin, a big fan of all-pro pose game. Harold Varner, you know, he was the first Jordan athlete, I think, on tour, and one of my good friends now on the Live Tour, of course. And then Bryson DeChambeau, one of the best players, period, in the game right now. Has finished top 10, I think, in the last couple majors that he's played in. So I'm excited to see how he does this weekend. And then obviously Phil. We talked about Tiger growing up. Phil was kind of his nemesis, I guess. So it was Tiger and Phil growing up. So being able to actually play with Phil twice now in these pro-ams, learned a lot from him just watching him. And it's awesome. Getting into a sport like this and being able to have the access to these players and their knowledge and just how cool they are on the course. It's been an awesome run so far, Kay. And you're manifesting even more things, even better things in the future. So
I want you to win.
Coming on this show.
I love
good energy, great energy, great vibes.
You are the vibe. You are the vibe. You are goals to me, which I love. Let's talk a little bit of football. Yesterday, Hamilton and I were going through some value picks. Okay, and you're a defensive-minded guy. When you look at odds for Defensive Player of the Year, Micah is the favorite. Maybe Micah will golf with you someday. Time will only tell. But he's got the best odds. Your good friend Dan Orlovsky said he doesn't think Micah should step onto the field without a new contract. Do you think the Cowboys make him and his contract a priority over Dak and CD? What should they do?
Yeah, I mean, I would never prioritize any position over the quarterback position. I think Dak is in a great spot. If he plays out this year, he could become an unrestricted free agent. But yeah, outside of quarterback, you got to go Micah. I would always go quarterback first, but Micah has been on an unbelievable run to start his career, and he deserves to be. That's what the market is. Deserves to be the highest paid defensive player out there for sure. And who knows what that number will be for him. You would expect to come in over Bosa's. The deal he signed to San Fran a couple years ago. But him, and then you got CeeDee Lamb on offense, who you see what the wide receiver market is doing right now, around that $34 million mark. I'm sure CD is going to want that with his production. But Micah definitely deserves to be the highest paid. He's been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation pretty much since stepping foot in the league. So that is unreal for him. But give me, you know what, TJ Watt. TJ Watt deserves one. You know, he's always in the top of the numbers when it comes to sack numbers, pressures, and for some reason I don't think he gets the respect he necessarily deserves. But all those guys up there obviously deserving. But if I had to put a ticket today, give me TJ Watt out there at Pittsburgh Steelers.
It would help if they had a lot of wins. So we'll see between Justin and Russell who can lead them to a nice record, and that'll help his bid to get that Player of the Year. I'm not just going to let you leave with just you didn't answer the question. If you have to pay 2 of those 3, CD, Micah, Dak. Which 2 are you paying?
Damn, Dak and Micah.
Dak and Micah. Ooh, CD. It's a business. I get it's a tough question.
I love CD, but as a GM, if I was a GM, I would not prioritize putting money in a wide receiver position over pass rusher or quarterback. Those are 2 more important.
Don't add GMing to your plate. I know Casario's in your ear. You like his best. You like how he's living. He's building this roster. He's making it look easy because he can tee really well. But like, you focus on being a golfer. Focus on one thing for once in your life. Darius Butler. And now you got to focus on the Panthers, who apparently had a 3-hour flight delay. What's going on? Are they winning? Can they win tonight? What's happening?
Look, you know, we had some BS going on in Boston with the fire alarm. There's always something trying to get in our way, but I think we are the team of destiny right now.
Okay.
Our 30th year in existence, longest trip, you know, between Sunrise, Florida and Edmonton. You know, obviously it's been raining cats and dogs down here crazy in South Florida, so we had a lot of, you know, issues getting out of there. But they got up there. They're up there. They're going to be ready to play. I got my Panthers winning tonight. They obviously took a strong 2-0 lead in this series. We just got to keep Connor McDavid under wraps. Only 1 assist so far through 2 games. A lot of people, everybody in hockey tells me he's the best player in hockey. I personally would take my captain, Sasha Barkov, but that's me. But I like our chances. Dominant series going on right now in the NBA with the Celtics. They took a 3-0 lead last night.
Yeah.
I hope we do the same in Edmonton and take a 3-0 lead.
And those game 4s, those odds are not very good if it gets that far. Give me quickly an anytime goal scorer for tonight. That's at any point in the game.
Let me see the odds, but I think I'm going to go with Chucky, Matthew to Chuck. You know, it's been a while since he's put one in the net. Give me Chucky, Matthew to Chuck for my Florida Panthers tonight.
Okay, we're going to go Chucky. Odds for a Panthers sweep this series in 4 games are plus 330 over at FanDuel Sportsbook, everybody. And then to win in
plus
5, I'm being told the odds are at plus 230. So go have some fun. Go have some fun over at FanDuel Sportsbook. And, of course, I'm rooting for your Panthers as well. Salute to you, my friend, future golfer. There he is, Panthers fan, Verstappen fan, golf fan, tequila sometimes fan. We've got Malik Jackson on the show, fan of knocking down Cam Newton at Super Bowls and keeping Brady out of them. We'll be back.
You knew Malik was going to bring the sweatshirt game. Remember when we first had him out, he had the Saxonville shirt with the skeleton? That one, love kills.
Remember last time he came on, he said if there was any fan base he wouldn't want to play in front of, it's the Patriots. I remember that.
Yeah.
I watched it this morning. Our last interview with him. Could you make sure these are, like, tight?
Yeah.
Thanks. Are there odds on anytime touchdown scores?
Anytime goal scores?
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Kachuk is plus 230.
Plus 230?
Yeah.
Okay, we should have had those graphically. Okay. Do you have questions you'd like to ask me about my driver's test?
Oh, driver's
No one listens to me on this show. I can't look at
Well, I'm asked to
what's going on.
You
got something
tighten
for
up
me?
the interview and this
I'm
at
a
the
little
same
antsy,
time.
everybody. I have to take a driver's test today, apparently. And I'm trying to cheat.
Can't do both at
It
once.
doesn't seem to be working.
All right. Why is maintaining a safe following distance important? A, it provides time to react to mistakes by other drivers.
Why is maintaining a safe following distance important so I don't hit the car? Right?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. It provides time to react to mistakes by other drivers. It allows for quicker stops, or it prevents other drivers from passing you.
It's A and B, right?
Let's see. Can you do that?
No.
No.
Let's
only
go
one.
with B.
B?
That's me wrong.
B is wrong. It's A. Allows time to react to mistakes by other drivers.
Okay.
Once you start to make a turn, you should A, follow through, B, insist on the right of way, C, speed up.
A?
A is right.
Don't stop.
Yeah. There you go.
I feel like nobody else has this where, like, you overthink it
Oh, yeah.
and every plausible answer appears to be the right answer.
Yeah.
Like, I could talk myself in and out of any of the ones that you just said. Okay, well, give me one more.
All right. What do diamond-shaped signs show? Rules you must obey, prohibitions, or C, general warnings?
For $1 million, Regis Philbin, I have no freaking idea.
It's a whole lot of energy, I gotta know to let it go. It's a whole lot of energy off in the squad. We let them know. It's a whole lot of energy, whole lot of energy. It's a whole lot of energy, whole lot of energy. I'm not backing down, so take a seat and wait for the show.
Pro Bowls, Super Bowl ring, all the great things. I miss him on the field. I really miss you, Malik Jackson, playing out there. You were with the Broncos, the Jags, of course, the Eagles, the Browns even. How are you, Malik Jackson?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. You look great. I like the mustache. I love the sweatshirt. You are vibing this morning. We love it. Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday.
I just see you when I see like the defensive touchdown in the Super Bowl. That's what I know. It's like a it's attached to you. Only 21 other people in the world can say that they've done that.
No, I love it. I appreciate that. It's funny being a D lineman. I'm remembered for scooping and scoring a touchdown. I'm like, dang, I should have got more sacks.
Yeah, well, you got plenty of sacks. You definitely did that. What do you remember most looking back at that Super Bowl?
Really just understanding, the first time we went to Super Bowl 48, it was quite a disaster. So I just remember just everybody taking it serious and just understanding we have one chance to win this. And then once we won, just being so surreal, that was my contract year. So it really couldn't have ended any better for me.
Yeah, and that might have been the biggest play of your career, obviously the most memorable one, but you also famously gave Joe Burrow his welcome to the NFL moment back in 2020 with the Eagles. Woo! Talk me through this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate, first of all, I appreciate him holding on to the ball. I wish he would have held on a little bit longer. It would have been a better highlight. But it's funny because I got pulled out the game for roughing the passer. And, that was the time, being a guy that came in 2012, you could hit quarterbacks, lay on them, drag them around. So it was quite hard to adapt to the new rules. So, but I was in the zone. I think I did well, and I hope he learned. I know he learned a lesson on looking where you're running.
Did he make a noise? Did he talk to you after? I mean, that's.
Yeah, it was like a ugh, and then his coach came out trying to get after me, and it's funny because when you're in the heat of battle, you're fighting grown men. And somebody else comes on the field that's not that, it's kind of, my attention really turned towards him, and I was ready to get after him. But then I switched and realized who he was, and calmed down and just walked off the field. But a lot of people tried to come to his defense, but it's football, so I was just playing the game.
It is football. I didn't realize what happened to you after that play. I was just wowed by that imagery that producers showed me. I didn't know that you said you got kicked out of the game. No.
No. I got pulled off the field, Coach. I got a flag and pulled off the field, and Coach Peterson was like, "It's for optics. It's for optics." I was like, "I don't give a damn about optics," So
it's for optics. It's PR. It's PR. Malik, take a breather. Drink a Capri Sun and eat some orange slices over there. Saxonville. There's people on our set who think that Saxonville 2.0 is here in 2024. Do you agree? Could it be? Could it be?
I see what they're doing, getting Eric Armstead down there, really beefing up the line with Josh Allen. When I saw the free agency, I was like, man, that looks like a mighty, like a Malik and Calais Campbell type of vibe going on down there with Yannick Ngakoue and all those other guys. So, for me, I think they understand what it takes to get to the next level and really put pressure on the quarterback, and that's going out there and getting established D linemen that know what they're doing.
Trayvon Walker. Specimen, incredible. Yeah. How do you view him and size him up? I see your smile. Tell me about Trayvon Walker.
Now he's just a beast coming off the edge. It's one of those things. I think with him and his size, he's a little deceptive. You wouldn't think he's that fast, but I think he has a good repertoire of pass rush moves, and he knows what he's doing, and he's confident in himself. So I think that's all and then adding the other D linemen around him to take the pressure and the double teams off him, I think is really going to be good for him to go out there and really get more double-digit sack seasons.
Walker and Allen combined for 27.5 sacks together last year, which was amazing. And before I'd like to relive a little Saxonville with you, but not before we talk about Doug Peterson, who you mentioned, pulled you off the field. You know him well. You know how important it is. He's got the pedigree. He's been there and he's done that. The Jags missed the playoffs last year. There's been ups and downs with his tenure with the Eagles, as we saw. As a coach, why is he the guy, if you think he is, to get the most out of this team?
Why is he the guy? I think he's established. He knows what he's doing. He's taken teams far before. I think he builds talent well. And I think he relates to his players. When I had some coaches down in Jacksonville, it was more of a dictatorship. I think that rubbed a lot of players the wrong way. But I think when he comes in, it's more of a benevolent leader type of vibe. When he comes in and, everybody comes in and can make a decision and really push the team to where they want to be, of course, under his leadership. But I think he's just a coach that really allows his players to be themselves and speak their minds and give input. And I think that's why he's really a good coach.
Do you think Doug Peterson would be okay with Aaron Rodgers missing 2 days of mandatory minicamp?
Yeah, when you're that established, I think for me, I missed a lot of days of mandatory, or not mandatory, excuse me, mandatory. Yeah, Aaron, yeah, because it's Aaron Rodgers. What are you going to do? He just had an ACL.
You're
Achilles
telling me
last
there's
year.
no coach that would say absolutely not? Like it's because it's his tenure. What is it? What's the reason that that's okay?
I mean, what are you going to do? Not start him? It's how much he gets paid. It's who he is.
Great
it's
argument.
his pedigree. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, great, nothing. So, because people are saying Salah, like, how are we? What are we doing here? But it is kind of a what are you going to do situation that he's worked himself into.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. You know he's going to come ready to play. He's very serious about who he is and the way he looks on the field, and he understands, after what happened last year, that he needs to really go far with his team and put his career back on track. So I don't think Aaron missing mandatory mini camps is going to be anything detrimental. I think he really understands where he needs to be and what he needs to do to get ready for the season.
I know you loved sacking big quarterbacks. You like taking down the Cam Newtons. You wanted the challenge of Ben Roethlisberger. And all of that stuff. Look at that smile. Would you like to get back out there and sack a quarterback?
I've been out for 3 years now. If it's one of those things where I know I'm gonna get a sack, then yeah, I would love to, right? But then I'm like, the Ben Roethlisbergers and the Tom Brady's, those guys are big and heavy. So when you hit them, even when they're standing still, it's still like a whew. So it's one of those things. That, yeah, I would love to if I know I'm getting a sack, but nah. Anything else? Nah. If it's not going to be easy, nah, I'm okay.
Did you have? Well, that's so interesting. Yeah, I feel like you always wanted that smoke, and you love talking about it. Like did you ever have any action against Aaron Rodgers?
Oh yeah, I actually towards the when I was in Jacksonville or Philly, I forgot. I think it was Philly. We went up there and played them for the first time in my career. So yeah, I told him I was running after. I was like, "Dang, slow down, let me get a sack," because I know him personally. I was like, "Hey, let me just get one sack. Come on, please." And of course he didn't, but hey, it's okay.
I want to ask you some things, just random things. Ready? Mm-hmm. Just to see your memory. Let's just play a memory game with you. Your first tackle. Do you remember your first NFL tackle?
If we're going back to no, I don't actually.
Arian Foster.
No. Arian Foster. Wow.
You don't remember it?
Nah, but it's funny because I know him personally as well. We have the same business financial manager, so that's pretty cool.
First regular season sack.
I want to say that was Tony Romo for the Cowboys.
Yeah, 2013. Well done. First postseason sack.
Ooh, I made a few playoffs. No, I can't remember that one. Who was that one?
Phillip Rivers in 2016.
Good.
And your first sack as a Jaguar.
First sack as a Jaguar.
You don't remember? It was Joe Flacco, 2016.
Oh wow.
I want to know who would you like to sack out of these 32? It could be a rookie. You want Caleb Williams? Who would you like to get out there and play against and bring down?
That's still playing right now.
Sorry, who did you say?
That's still playing right now, or just
out of the 32?
I would have to say probably Herbert. I think Herbert would be a good one. I think he's a good, strong quarterback. Gets guys off him and he's fast too. And the Buffalo quarterback. I think that guy.
You want the big guys. You want these hard guys to take down. I love this. Yeah,
those are the ones.
I just love talking to you. I mean, you were a former Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. You did it on the field, off the field, all the right things between. Incredible career, Super Bowl champion, of course. Some incredible plays that are unforgettable. But you're also doing a lot right now with Care League and Partners. It's a company that you created, and it helps retired NFL athletes understand retirement.
Yeah, so the NFL does a great job of providing services for the retired players, and there's some called NFLPA retired chapters, and I'm part of the LA chapter because that's where I live. But when I retired, I just realized it was, once you have a training room, it's real easy to kind of realize how hard it is when you retire to navigate the healthcare system. So I wanted to do something to help retired guys just understand the benefits that the NFL has, help them get with primary care physicians and massage therapists, ancillary services and such things. So just something just to keep these guys in the same sphere as having a training room, because once you get out here in this general pop, it's interesting to try to realize what you need to learn and master it fast.
I love it. It's careleaguepartners.com. We have it right here, everybody, and you can make a difference. Before I let you go, Malik, Myles Garrett. Love him. I want the world for him. I want a Super Bowl ring for him. I know that you at one point said, and it was a little bit misconstrued, or if you can just even talk me through it, about what you wanted from him off the field. Do you feel like you're seeing that evolution? Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, no, I think he's a great player. I think he really works hard. I think, he really puts his talents first, and I think he's becoming better as a team player. One of those things, when I was with him, he was just a little younger. And, I think when he had a lot of older guys in the room, he allowed them to really, nurture and, show the guys. But I think, my last few days and weeks there, last year there, you really saw him coming on, teaching the guys and really sharing his knowledge. And I think that's really going to be able to take him further because, I think as you teach guys and really put yourself in the spot of going back to your basics, you refine and understand what you're doing more and more, and it makes you better. So I think he's really, and plus with Jim Schwartz down there, I think it's going to be one of those things that, he really takes him to the next level. I think, Jim Schwartz really going to go back to those Tennessee Titan heydays to really get the best out of him. And I think it's going to be a great partnership.
I love to hear that. I love to hear he's become more of a team leader, is what you're saying, making the team better and focusing on the team, which I think is what you wanted for him and sort of said about what you would want for Myles Garrett. And as somebody who played with like DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller, where does Myles fit in among the best that have done it?
I mean, shoot, I think he's up there. It's one of those things that top three, top five. I think he's still young, but I think what he's been able to do up there really. Well, I'll say this. He can go to top three, top five when he makes the playoffs and takes them to a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I think that's when he'll be able to, ascend up there with the greats. I think Von did it. D-Ware came from Dallas and did it.
Yeah.
So I think he really needs to take the team to the next level, and then that will put him on that pedestal. Right now you just can't be having great season and going home in January, or December. You really got to take your team to the next level to be considered one of the greats.
I miss those days with the Broncos. We're going to take a short break here, but I want to keep you just for 1 second. Because we're live on YouTube still, so we'll get this off. And everybody, guys, it's careleaguepartners.com for that. I'm so grateful that you came and joined the show. I want that Broncos. I was at the facility last year for training camp, and I'm seeing Shannon Sharp. And it's so, like, the people who played for this team, the legacy, like, what this team is. What is the one really specific thing that you need to see from this team this year to know they're on the right path?
The Denver Broncos?
Mm-hmm.
Oof, I think unity. I think it's one of those things they need to have unity. I think last year they had a lot of problems on the team, guys maybe not playing well, getting all the status or whatever, hell, I'll say it, the quarterback play. I think they need to get better quarterback play and a better team unit. I thought the defense played well, but, still need to step up and really drag the team along. So I think it's just team unity, no bickering, no arguing, everybody understanding their role and playing it to the best of their ability. And if not, sit them down and get the next guy, because it's always about the next guy up. So that's what I think needs to happen.
Do you think they have the guy? Do you think out of Bo Nix or Stidham or Zach? Oh, no. You don't think they have the guy?
I mean, Bo Nix is a rookie. Stidham, I think, had a good stint in his, where was he, in Oakland? But, I think time will tell. I think it's a big ask for guys that come in there, especially in that city, because there's been greats like Peyton Manning and John Elway, right? So you're trying to live up to a lot of legacy there. And they want to win now. So I think that they can step up, but, in that league with Kansas City, Oakland, and Chargers, it's one of those things that's going to be a tall order for those guys right away. But I think they can do it if they really put the team behind them and, everybody else steps up and starts playing at a high level.
They haven't had a winning season, I think, since 2016, which
makes sense.
Which is wild. Last one for you. Makes sense. the shade. What did you say, Hamilton? They haven't won a playoff game since, or made the playoff since your. They haven't won a playoff game or made the playoffs since your Super Bowl. Wow.
because they didn't want to pay Malik Jackson. It's insane. I told them, just pay me what I'm worth. You know, it would have been all good.
Let's go! I love that. Quick one for you. Did Peyton Manning ever miss mandatory?
No way. Nah, he didn't. He did, you know.
Interesting.
But it's like, you know, apples and oranges. You know, PM and Aaron Rodgers are two different guys. You know what I mean?
That's a conversation for another day. Don't worry, I won't hook you on that one. We appreciate it so much, Malik Jackson. They should have paid you. That was the best part of this whole interview. They should have paid. They would have solved the problem. Thanks, Malik.
Always good seeing you guys.
Good
Thank
seeing
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
What? Were you drinking back there? What's happening back there today? Time for You, Me, and Top 3. I give you 3 players I have my eye on usually, and today I'm going to give you my top 3 picks for Offensive Rookie of the Year. These are my picks. Also, alert, there should be an alarm or something here. Yeah, there it is. Subject to change. Subject to change. It's June. Okay, this is before training camp. I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy. Chiefs. Pedigree, let's go. Mahomes is the quarterback, it doesn't hurt. We saw him break the 40-yard dash record at the Combine with a 4.21. They want to get back to the deep game. Let's do it. All right, next we have Cardinals wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Talk about him a lot, okay? 2023 Heisman finalist. He's averaged 18.1 yards per receptions last year in college. Tied for 3rd in the nation with 14 regular season touchdowns. Hammy, why do we like him?
I think he's a clear-cut number 1. He's going to be Kyler's go-to guy right out of the gate, so I think that gives him a shot to put up big numbers in year 1.
Kyler Murray, hello. Take advantage of the big play potential that you will have there. Did it work with Nuke? No. Could it work with him? Yes. Okay, let's go. My number 1 choice for Offensive Rookie of the Year. No shock value here. Caleb Williams. It's just... everything's coming up. By the way, he's in value. Plus 140 right now, absolute value over here. If he delivers, and he should, I know expectations are high, but he's walking into an incredible situation. The receiving core, the defense, by the way, which was incredible down the stretch, and will only get better and better. He understands what's happening in Chicago, so I'm going to go Caleb plus 140. Let's go. I think that's great.
Yeah, I like those.
Still
odds.
A value.
Yeah.
He's, of course, the fave over at FanDuel Sportsbook. Go hang out over there. And 2 wide receivers for you. Fight me on this. Which one do you think is the most likely, the least likely over there? That's me, you, and top 3. And we'll see you guys later. See ya.